John Eats Cheap with a fall favorite, comfort food, a favorite of my family since I was a little kid. One of the few ways I ate vegetables. We call it all-in-one. That's because it all goes into a crock pot. It's ground beef, 5 ingredients. Ground beef, onion, carrots, potatoes, and diced tomatoes. And you layer them in the crock pot with salt and pepper, let it go till it's done. It's great for dinner, and it's even better the next day after it like stews in the fridge, you know, and then you reheat it. It's one of those dishes. Cheap family favorite, all in one. So I got the hamburger starting to brown right now. Browning up a pound of hamburger. I got my carrots. You can put them in whole like this. I like to like just kind of make it a chunk. I'll cut these in half. You could even do, you know, carrot coins if you want. So another great thing about all in one is that, you know, you can make it for 20 people coming over. Just put it in a big roasting pan or 2 crock pots, something like that. But, you know, you can put as much of your favorite vegetable in. Onions are great in this. So that's why I'm doing 2 onions, plus mine are kind of small. But this should stew up real nicely. And like I said, leftovers are not bad with all in one. All right, let's put together some all-in-one. As you can see, the onions are fairly thin sliced. The potatoes, just kind of like that. We start off, got the brown ground beef. Just gonna put a layer in the bottom, just like that. We'll cover that with some taters. And you just cover it all the way across. It's layers, it's levels. And this cooks in the crock pot. You put it on low for, I don't know, probably if you're doing an all day or all night thing. And put it on high if you want to get to it quickly. Here's all the onions. Yeah. Like I said, I think the onions are one of my favorite parts of this dish. Now we're going to add some salt. And with the potatoes and the onions and the tomatoes, it does take a lot of salt. So that's why you salt every layer. Get my carrots on there.
So if you like squash or something, you could put that in.
Oh yeah, you can put, yeah, any vegetables. And like I said, it's a good way to get kids to eat vegetables. Of course, I say it got me to eat vegetables, carrots. I like raw carrots, but I didn't like them cooked. So another layer of meat and repeat. And this is just where you use your finish up with what you got left. It doesn't have to be a perfect layer, you know. Because I'll be honest with you, at the end, you mix it all up anyway. Get those onions in there. A little more salt. A little more pepper. And I'm out of carrots, so next go the tomatoes. Just pour them right on the top. Ooh, looks like maybe 1 can might have been enough, but I'm going to go ahead and put the other one on there.
Juice and all.
Yeah. Pour it all in there, and that is a full crock pot. Now salt. Yes, more salt. And you know what? For the top, I'm going to put the ground black pepper that looks more peppery. And as I said, I'm going to put this on high, and you just cook it till it gets good and juicy. You can test one of the top potatoes to make sure it's done, and then just put it on low or warm until you're ready to eat. See you in a few hours. All right, we're 8 hours in. I had this on high. Now let me tell you something. This is a Johnny's Cheap crock pot warning. When you plug in the crock pot, first of all, it was off. I plugged it in. Fortunately, I always touch it. Oh, is it hot? No, it wasn't hot because it was off. So I turned it on. Unfortunately, the first spot is keep warm. Really? But I rechecked it. So always check it and recheck it. So I turned it on high. So now it's done. All in one. And I'm serious. Look at this. See that black pepper, all the tomatoes on top. Now I'm just gonna dive in. We're getting through all the layers. See, getting everything there. Potatoes, onions, carrots, tomatoes, ground beef, And look at all that juice. So that's a serving. I'm gonna add a little juice. All in one, right there. And when I was a kid, you know, so many kids growing up in the 70s, you always had bread and butter on the table, you know, just in case, or to go with your meal. I got some fresh bread right here. This is a little, I think Rotello's Italian bread. A little butter on it. Perfect side dish for all in one. Right there.
My friend said she calls it a hobo meal.
It probably is. Well, that's a cheap meal, right? So I'm going to try and get everything in here. I got potato, carrot, ground beef, onion, and tomato. And a little juice. Right there. And I haven't made this in years. But it's just like I remember. Now I got to do a bite with a little buttered bread, right? Real butter, no margarine. Sop up that juice. I am not kidding. Wow, great childhood memory. All in one. It's cheap, it's easy. 5 ingredients in a crock pot. That's what we're about. Johnny's Cheap. Thanks for watching. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet. YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell too.